Thank you.
For the Kabbalat Shabbat songs, can we let the band take lead from the way we did the rehearsal? I changed the keys. Went over like a whole like. I just would rather lead that part to make it like smooth.
They are?
Well, if I do. Okay, ready? If you are in Rambam Day School, Rambam Early Childhood Center, or in our Yours Religious School program, please come on up to the Bima to lead us in our opening song along with the third grade. Anyone in our schools, come on up. We're going to sing Hine Matov and welcome everyone here. Stand up, friends. We'll take you if you're in pre-K. We'll take you if you're in nursery. Yeah. Here we go, everybody. Hine Matov. Hine Matov. Let's repeat after the kids. How good it is.
How good it is.
How sweet it is.
How sweet it is to be together. How good it is.
How good it is.
How sweet it is.
How sweet it is.
To be together on this day.
Hine Matov.
Hine Matov, umanai, sheve'achim
Repeat after us. How good it is. How sweet it is.
How sweet it is
To be together.
on this day.
How good it is.
How good it is.
So sweet.
How sweet it is
To be together on this day. Hine
Matov, umanai, sheve'achim
Matov. Umayim Shevachim
Gam Yachad. Shevet Achim. Shevet Achim. Gam Yachad. We're going to continue to warm up with Shalom Aleichem. Shalom
Page 24.
And if you are not in third grade, you can now be seated. Just third grade up here on the bima. We are going to continue warming up our voices with Kabbalat Shabbat.
Third grade.
And I'm going to ask everyone here in the congregation to please rise, because we are going to get into the spirit now of Shabbat, like our ancestors did in Shabbat, with a little step clap, step clap, step clap. You can put your bodies into it. It is with the joy of Shabbat. Lechuna ranana. Here we go. Everybody, hands together. Nekadma. Ooh, oh, oh, oh. Next section. Ki el gadol Adonai umelech gadol al kol Elohim. Ki el gadol Adonai ki melech gadol al kol Elohim. Ki el gadol Adonai umelech gadol al kol Elohim. Step clap. Let's put our hands together. Lechuna ranana. Woo! Lechuna ranana. Etzor yishenu.
Nikadmash banat betroda, Izmirot nariada.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Nekadma.
Nezan betroda, Izmirot nariada.
Last time, everyone. Nekadma. Bizmirot.
Woo! All right, we can be seated. So we are so excited to celebrate Shabbat together as one community. It's a very special Shabbat. Audrey Schwartz is becoming a bat mitzvah. Very exciting. And as you may have noticed, our third graders from the Rambam Day School are celebrating their Shabbat. They've been studying this as a unit. They taught their friends and their family just the hour before this. So I just wanted to let the kids know that we are so proud of you, and let all of you know that they're not just performing. Right? They're showing off that they have learned a lot of the service, so they want you to participate with them. Please participate with them. And later, our third graders are going to go back to their seats, and their seats are with their parents. Their seats are not running in the hallway. Okay. For a very special, cozy moment, because the best part about Shabbat is having a community to celebrate with, and people you love to be with, okay? So we'll go be with the people that we love. And we are going to talk about community and talk about love, because we are going to move to Lecha Dodi, welcoming in our Sabbath bride. We love this day like a besheret, like our intended one, like someone that we love.
לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה, כי מקור הברכה מראש מקדם נסוכה, סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה. לך דודי לקראת לילה, יאללה יאללה יאללה, פני שבת נקבלה. Please rise.
We face the door welcoming our bride.
שלום, עטרת בלט, גם בשמחה ובצולה, תוך אמוני עם סגולה. בואי.
Adodi leha la 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 pnei Shabbat la 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 Adodi leha la 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 la
Last time. לך דודי לקראת לילה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת לילה, פני שבת.
We can be seated. It's my pleasure to invite Audrey up, along with her parents, Melissa and David, and her sister, Natalie, to kindle our Shabbat lights.
As we light the candles, we leave behind all the distraction, all the worries of the outside world, and enter into this sacred space of rest and renewal. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu להדליק של שבת.
Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen.
Amen.
Baruch Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher gishanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava uvratzon hinilanu, zikaron lema'aseh bereishit, ki hu yom tehila lemikra kodesh, zeher letziat Mitzrayim, kivanu vaharta ve'otanu kidashta mikol hamim ve'shabbat kodsheha be'ahava uvratzon hinhaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh haShabbat.
Amen. Beautiful. L'chaim. Grape juice.
We want to invite our third graders to please rise. And there's movements that our third graders are going to be leading for some of the next several prayers. And we want to invite everyone in the community to experiment, if you feel comfortable, with using your bodies and your voices to sing together. Please rise. Everybody. Shema. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
We can be seated.
Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha bechol levavcha ubechol nafshecha ubechol meodecha vehayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anohi metavecha hayom alevavecha Beshinantan levaneha betibarta ba'am beshiteha veveteha uleteha vadere ushokbeha ugumeha ushartan leo al yadeha vehayu letotafo beineneha utatam amezuzo beteha uvishareha leman tiskerud vasitem ekomitvatai Vitem Kedoshim Lalohem Ani Adonai Elohehem Asher Hotzeiti Dehem Me'eretz Mitzrayim Liot Lahem Lalohim Ani Adonai Elohehem
Adonai Elohechem Emet. I remember the first service I got to attend where it was during COVID, where Jackie was leading a group of our students along with Rabbi Greengrass, and I heard for the first time the voices of the students. And I had goosebumps and tears in my eyes. And so as we're celebrating freedom tonight, let us realize how incredibly lucky we are to be able to send our kids to Jewish school, to be able to have the incredible leadership that we have here of the school with Nora and Susie, Jackie leading our children, learning these prayers, Rabbi Greengrass as an integral part of our community, leading our children. We are so very blessed, and we take stock of that as we celebrate our freedom song this evening. And we do so with these beautiful voices, with gratitude.
We're going to ask our third graders to go to their parents for a very special blessing. It's a blessing we say at night in our third grade program. Shh. Brooks taught us that God watches over us when we're scared. Henry said that Hashkivenu is about God caring and protecting us. Joshua Sawicki talked to us about how his parents sing Hashkivenu to him at bed at night. Ari said his mom brings him his cat and falls asleep next to her. And so we have this opportunity with the Hashkivenu to ask for God's protection. But I like to think of this prayer as we're asking God to tuck us in at night. Because with this prayer, we know we're going to be safe. We know that we are loved, and we know that, well, we can't predict what happens in the world. If we have somebody who loves us and somebody that we can say that we love, then we are truly, truly blessed. And we always have a source of infinite love in God.
So hold someone close and join with us. Sometimes I lay under the moon and I thank God I'm breathing. Then I pray, don't take me soon, 'cause I am here for a reason. Sometimes in my tears I drown, but I never let it get me down. So when negativity surrounds, I know someday it'll all turn around, because all my life I've been waiting for, I've been praying for the people to say that we don't want to fight no more. There'll be no more wars, and our children will play. One day, one day, one day, one day, one day. Oh, one day.
One day,
One day,
one day,
one day. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu
Shalom.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu Lechaim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu Lechaim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu Lechaim. Hamidenu Shomreinu Lechaim. It's not about win or lose, 'cause we all lose when they feed on the souls of the innocent. Blood-drenched pavement, keep on moving though the waters stay raging. In this space, you can lose your way, your way. It might drive you crazy, but don't let it phase you. No way, no way. Sometimes in my tears I drown, but I never let it get me down, get me down. So when negativity surrounds, I know someday it'll all turn around, because all my life I've been waiting for, I've been praying for the people to say that we don't want to fight no more. There'll be no more wars, and our children will play. One day,
One day,
one day,
one day,
one day, oh, one day,
One day,
one day,
one day,
one day. This side of the room you go.
one day,
One day,
one day,
one day. This side of the room. One day,
one day,
one day,
one day.
one day. We are going to invite everyone now to rise together for our standing prayer. And the third graders and all of our students at Rambam, in our religious school, they learn these words. And we're going to ask you to lead from your seats tonight. And we all join together and we create a sanctuary inside of ourselves, a sanctuary so we can all pray. We can pray for peace, we can pray for healing, we can pray that we can all keep feeling this connected feeling together, this feeling of community. So God, we are gonna prepare me to be a sanctuary. Let's do it together. God, prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true. With thanksgiving, I'll be a living sanctuary for you. Let's sing it again. God, prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true. With thanksgiving, I'll be a living sanctuary for you. Let's use the Hebrew. Adonai, Sefatai Tivtah, Ufi Agi, Tehillah Adonai, Sefatai Tivtah, Ufi Agi, Tehillah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak v'Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel v'Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanora El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, בעזרת שרה, אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיה כל אתה רב להושיע, מוריד הטל, מחכה חיים בחסד, מחיה הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני העפר. מי כמוך גבורות ומידו מלך, מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה לחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
So we can be seated. We're going to take this moment now that we've all prayed together and we've opened our hearts, to allow the words of our hearts to come out in our own quiet conversation with our higher power.
We're going to conclude our silent prayer this evening with a prayer For our homeland, our students have spent the whole week remembering, reflecting, and celebrating the land of Israel. And so we think of her tonight. Our Jerusalem in gold. $356.
אוויר הרים סלול כיין וריח אורנים נישא ברוח המים עם קרוב ההמונים ובתרדמת לבן שבויה בחלומה העיר שרדנו יושבת ובליבה חומה ירושלים של זהב ושל נחושת ושל אור הלא לכל שירייך אני כינור ירושלים של זהב ושל נחושת ושל אור הלא לכל שירייך אני כינור חזרנו אל בורות המים לשוק ולכיכר שופר קורא בהבית בעיר העתיקה ובמרות אשר בסלע אלפי שמשות צורחות ושוב נרד אל ים המלך בדרך יריחו ירושלים של זהב ושל נחושת ושל אור הלא לכל שירייך אני כינור ירושלים של זהב ושל נחושת ושל אור הלא לכל שירייך אני
So we get a double Torah portion this week, Acharimot, Kiddoshim. And Kiddoshim comes from the Hebrew word kadosh. You guys know that word? Kadosh means holy, and it means separate. And we use it a lot, right? We make Kiddush, right? On Friday night, we're separating Friday from the other days of the week. We say the Kaddish at the end of the service, remembering the dead, making them special, praising God in their name. And when we get married, we have a ceremony called Kiddushin, where we take another person and we say, you are special and separate for me. So I wanted to share with you a story from Pesikta de Rav Kahana. Let's say that 7 times fast. About Kiddushin, about love. And that this is in a text that is over 1,500 years old makes me so happy. So they tell the story about a couple. A couple that was married and that they were one of those yummy couples. You know those yummy couples. My Bubby and Pop-Up were a yummy couple, where they completed each other's sentences, They worked together like a machine. They used to, my Bubby and Pop-Up, not the couple from the Talmud, but my Bubby and Pop-Up used to always watch Mets games. They were both born in Brooklyn, so okay. And at the seventh inning stretch, they would both stretch. They would literally stretch together, and I thought it was the cutest thing on the planet. So there was this couple that seemed meant to be. They loved each other. They giggled together. They had a lot of fun. They challenged each other, taught each other things. Everything was perfect. But years went by, and they never had a child. 1 year went by, 2 years went by, 3 years went by, and then 10 years had gone by. Now, in the ancient world, you couldn't go to fertility clinics, right? You could. The third graders will tell you what that is. All right. And they were really sad, especially because they were very religious people, and they wanted to keep all of the commandments. And the husband said, you know, I'm commanded to be fruitful and multiply. I'm commanded to have kids. I love you, he said to his wife. I love you more than anything. But I don't know what to do, because I know that the rabbis say if you don't have a kid for 10 years, then you should divorce your wife and marry somebody else. Well, they were both really upset. They loved each other very much, but he was a very religious person, and so you know what they did? They went to see the rabbi. The rabbi was Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, famous rabbi, amazing rabbi, and they went to see the rabbi, and they said, Rabbi, please tell us what to do. We've been together. It's been over 10 years. We're really happy, but we really want to have a child. And the man said, you know, Rabbi, I know that it says that we should divorce so that I can fulfill the mitzvah to be fruitful and multiply. And the rabbi said, you're right. You know, I hate to see a couple such as you that is so in love and so happy have to split ways, but it's the law. So if you decide that that's what you're going to do, then I want you to do something for me. You went into this wedding this marriage with a beautiful wedding with food and wine and celebration. I want you to leave with food and wine and celebration. And so they went home, and she began to plan. She went to the market. She got all of her husband's favorite foods. She took jugs and jugs of wine from the cellar. Everybody came over, and they were singing, and there was dancing, and she kept giving her husband delicious food and filling up his cup. It never even got empty. She just kept topping it off, topping it off, topping it off. Well, you can imagine that he got a little bit tired after drinking so much wine. But before he fell asleep, he turned to her and he said, we have had such a good marriage. I am so sorry that we are going to split up. So before you leave and go back to your parents' house, look around the house. Find the thing that is the most precious to you, whatever it is, you take it with you. You just take it with you. So she's topping off his glass, and topping off his glass, and topping off his glass, and eventually he falls asleep on the ground. And then he wakes up, and it's hours later, and he has no idea where he is. He looks around, he doesn't recognize anything. Wait, there's his wife. And he says, where am I? And she said, well, honey, you may remember that we had this celebration, and you told me that I could take whatever was the most precious thing in the house with me back to my parents' house. So I had you put into a wagon, and I brought you back to my parents' house with me. You like it? Well, he laughed too, and he said, you are so much smarter than me. What we have is incredibly precious and special, and I couldn't trade you for the world. Now, the end of the story says that Rabbi Shimon ben Yochai heard about what happened and prayed for the couple and that they had children. But I like to think that it doesn't actually matter. Not because I don't love my kids, not because kids are incredibly precious, but to find love anywhere. Whether it is with a spouse or a child or a parent or a friend or your community or your higher power, that is the most precious thing there is. And our rabbis tell us in the Talmud, actually, it's in Genesis Rabbah, that if this woman could take her husband as the most precious thing, then when we call out to God, God is going to remember how precious we are. And maybe just as her husband brought her back into his home, we can feel at home with God as well. All right, so I'm going to wish you all Shabbat Shalom. And as we move from that story, we want to think about those we love in our community who are sick, who are in need of a prayer of healing. So there's a lot of us, so what we're going to do is we're all going to say the names of whoever we're thinking about out loud. Don't wait for me, just say it now. And we're going to sing these words asking for their healing.
מי שברך אבותינו וכל הברכה לאמותינו. May the source of strife who bless the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. מי שברך אמותינו בכל הברכה לאבותינו. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen. We invite you to turn in the smaller of the two books next to you, in the armrest, page 278, for the counting of the Omer. And we're going to take the message that Rabbi Greengrass just gave to us so beautifully to heart. And this evening of the Omer, as we're counting every single day up to the number 50, to the receiving of Torah, to the holiday of Shavuot, today we are going to think about letting that one person who we haven't let known in a little while how much we love them. Maybe you tell them right now. Maybe they're sitting next to you. Or maybe you're going to call them after this and tell them how much they mean to you. Maybe you'll see them when you get home. But give that person a little extra love. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu al sivarat haomer hayom. Shlosha ve'esrim yom shehem shlosha shavuot u'shnei yamim la'omer. And today is the 23rd day, which is 3 weeks and 2 days of counting the Omer. We're almost halfway through.
All right, so if you are able, please rise for the Aleinu.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו וישכחו המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני המלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
So we can be seated. We talked about people that we love. There are many people here who are here because they're remembering somebody who they have loved and lost. It is our tradition at Beth Am that when you hear the name of the person for whom you're saying Kaddish, that you rise at your seat and stay standing. We are in the first week of Shiva, saying Kaddish tonight for Judy Gilbert Gould, for Dr. Jeffrey Hertz, and for Howard Gross. We're in the first 30 days of mourning for Dr. Paul M. Gustman, Karen Michelle Salomon, Debbie Sandberg, and Shirley Golan. We are remembering for their first year Judy Agron, Lillian Berman, Hayusia Perelman Bernstein, Charlotte Glovsky Brody, Arthur Farkas, Florence Farkas, Rosalie Ferris, Linda Frankel, Mitchell Mitch Friedman, Jocelyn Jeroff, Dr. Martin Glazer, Dr. Henry Irwin Glick, Rivka Ricky Blattner Goldman, Joseph Harvest, Rosa Henigman, Evan Higgins, Etta S. Coulter, Jan Kaufman, Ruth Leshaw, Janice Levy, Phyllis Lieberman, Lawrence Larry Palker, Eric Polk, Susan D. Score, Bela Malka Marsha Weinstein. And it is the yard site, the anniversary of the loss for Sadie Edelman, Leslie Adells, Dorothy Alvin, May Axelrod, Stephen Barkin, Robert Barco, Jordan Barrett, Ethel Baumrind, Samuel M. Bernstein, Meyer Blinder, Clara Blinder, Bella Brownstein, Sarah Brown, Louis Charon, Sophie D. Cohen, Louis Cohen, Albert Cole, Frank Davis, Tara DeMaio, Leon Diamond, Leah Eisenman-Kahn, Linda Eskowitz, Emmanuel Esterman, Samuel Fialco, Richard Fialco, J. Frank Fine, Morris Finkelstein, Dr. Sidney Fox, Morris Freed, Sylvia Whitman, Morris Friedman, Fred Gale, Paula Garcia, Claire Garston, Sarah Gassman, Edward S. Germain, Sig M. Gluckstad, Rosemary DeLima Goldman, Francis Goodman, Leon Golinsky, Melvin L. Green, Alice Green, Sophie Greenberg, Harry Gunther, Bernard Hansel, Howard David Hansel, Sarah B. Harris, Bernard Harrison, Rosanna Henigman, must be her first yard site, Minnie Hirsch, Herman T. Isis, Judith C. Israel, Bernard Jacoby, Pearl Janowitz, Irving D. Josephsburg, Ruth Joseph, Murray Kahn, Sidney Kane, Gertrude Katzen, David Kemper, Juliet Kessler, Irene Kirsch, Roberta Kocher-Cohn, Herbert Coulter, Adela Coulter, Aaron Cram, Rose Kramer, Rose Schweitzer-Kutz, Francis Langle, Herbert A. Laskjauer, Grace Lawn, Mildred Lefton, David Lewin, Harry Lieberman, Stuart Logan, Matt Laugran, Gerald Lubarski, Milton D. London, Robert M. Bob McClaskey, Jr., David Miller, Moses Miller, Benjamin Miller, Lily Miller, Rosenfeld, Catherine Moulton, Jerome Nagelbush, Lester Newman, Maurice Nobel, Ben Nodowitz, Wanda Horbats Olszewski, Harry Petcher, Jack Polsky, Solomon J. Rappaport, Benjamin Rappaport, George Ratner, Doreen Redless, Ronnie Reed, Sophie Ryan, Harvey Robbins, Lena Rosenfeld, William Rosenthal, Frida Rosenthal, Ruth Rothfeld, Selma Fisher-Rudin, Susan Ruiz, William Sokolsky, Felicitas B. Sanchez, Arthur Sandberg, Sandy Schinfeld, Sophie Schatzman, Arthur Scheissel, Frida Schrenzel, Murray Schwartz, N. Norman Shane, Harry S. Siegel, Harry Silver, Jacqueline Snyder, Louis Sunshine, Annie Spivak, David Stewart, Lena Surloff, Irene Sussman, Herman Temple, Phyllis Thaler, Roger Toledano, Dr. Paul Vanek, William Uller, William Walshin, Oren Wexberg, Michael Weinfeld, and Sabrina Wolofsky. If there is another name to add to our list, yes, Ivy. Thank you. Yes. Thank you. We rise as one community, joining those who are in mourning for Kaddish Yatom, the mourner's Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, v'alma divarach hirute v'yamlich malchute, v'chayechon uviomechon, uv'chayedocho Beit Yisrael, v'algala uvizman kariv v'imru, amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevarach leolam umei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei d'kudesha b'rechu. Le'ela min kol berchata v'shirata, tushbachata v'nechemata, damiran v'yalma v'imru, amen. Yehi shlama Rabbah min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'yokol Yisrael v'imru, amen. Oseh shalom b'mamav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'yokol Yisrael v'imru, amen. May the source of peace and comfort to all who are in mourning and all who are bereaved, and we can all say amen. We can be seated. It's my pleasure to invite Carolina Gerland, who welcomed you as you walked in to the sanctuary, to our bima, to make some announcements on behalf of our board and executive committee.
And as soon as she's done, we'll invite all the children in the room to lead us in our closing song. So stay nearby.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody. It's really good to see you. And what a special Shabbat with our third graders. We are just so beaming with happiness. Can you hear me? Oh, okay. So thank you, third graders. This one. Okay. Thank you, third graders. And you made this a very special Shabbat. And thank you to their parents and our clergy, including Cantor Koyo, and the musicians, and just made it a very joyful Shabbat. Also, I want to thank the teachers, Mo Fish, Mandy Pavic, Jackie Burney, Daniela Maravenkin, Shelley Roach-Werger, Maya Greenberg, Angie Rodriguez, Ariel Kobetz, Anna Bernstein, and Jessica Rebos. Thank you to all the teachers. Sending our congratulations to Audrey Schwartz and her whole family on her bat mitzvah weekend. It promises to be a really great one. Congratulations. Do we have any Florida Gators with us tonight? Because we are having a get-together at the home of Dan and April Stuzen on May 4th. If you'd like to attend, doesn't matter if you're a Gator, it could be your child a Gator, your cousin a Gator, you're welcome to attend. But we need for you to RSVP for that event. Also, you'll be receiving your membership packets this coming week. They're coming out. Torah study tomorrow at 9 a.m., followed by Minyan. There's so much going on at the Hub. Check out all the events online. And also, you can take these home and see more details about what's going on at the temple. I invite you to take these home. So Shabbat Shalom, and good to see everybody.
Thank you, Carolina. Can we have all of our students come up? All of our students come on up. As they're coming up, I want to mention just one of those programs, because on Wednesday, May 3rd, there is a very fun game show, free. It's an in-person game show, which is a combination of Jewish geography and 6 degrees of separation. I have only 1 degree of separation from the person who's hosting it. I went to camp with him. Is that fun? All right.
So if you go to Rambam Day School, if you go to our ECC,
If you go to the religious school, if you are a graduate,
yeah. Well, if you're a graduate, come on up.
Salo, Salo.
Come on up for our closing song. Yeah, here they come. And can we give a special thank you one more time to Jackie Burney for leading our children so beautifully. We love you. We love you. Are you guys ready to rise and bring the peace down? Oh, join us next week for Teacher Appreciation Shabbat. We're going to do this all over again. It's going to be so much fun, but we're going to give our teachers so much love. Please rise. Here we go. Oh, say shalom. Say shalom. Say say. You guys ready to sing it one more time? Here we go. Oh, say shalom. Put your hands together. Be Brahman. Oh, say shalom.
Be Brahman. Uya ase, uya ase, uya ase shalom. Uya ase, uya ase, uya ase shalom. Uya ase, uya ase, uya ase shalom. Hallelujah. Say shalom.
May the one, may the one, may the one who makes peace bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down, bring peace down. Turn to someone who you don't know and say Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat